yesterday was like the day I like it better.
It was just so amazing, really thinking that you were chanting to Krishna.
I'm just really looking for answers. I'll find that during Kirtan or during Japa, he'll just kind of like send me a realization, and it just like makes perfect sense.
I mean, these names are so powerful and so potent that even someone who's never heard them before, they have such an attraction for them. And I was also feeling so fortunate to have grown up hearing Krishna's names my whole life.
So we just were chanting with so much enthusiasm. We were ringing these big bells that were hanging from the ceiling, and suddenly I just felt so overwhelmed with the feeling of the realization that I'm just a soul that has been in so many millions of bodies and all different forms of life, all different conditions, and somehow I have the good fortune to be in this place now with the knowledge of the Maha Mantra chanting. So that was a very, very powerful moment.
Hey, see that lady? Kind of pretty, huh? What about that? Got a nice sari on.
I have a girlfriend.
Alright, maybe you should go get the phone and call Mohini. Talk to her for a little bit.
That time, I'll talk to her later. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
See that speck right there? Specks in the middle of two tiles are so fun to flick.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
You have so much stuff you need to be doing right now. Didn't Mata tell you that you're supposed to be cleaning out the bus? I mean, look at your bunk. It's a mess. Dada, you should be doing that now.
You told me to clean it later.
Oh, you got like 12 messages in your email. Look, this banner says, if you slap this monkey,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
I was really working on listening to myself, listening to the holy name from my own mouth, and just blocking out everything else and feeling the vibration through your body.
I focused just on gratitude, humility, and peace. And so my overall experience was just really sweet. Anytime I couldn't concentrate on Krishna, I focused on the Maha Mantra, and it was just a really nice experience today.
Good.
And I'm so happy that I was able to do it again, because and now I can pick up some beads and not be intimidated.
Rounds, because I mean, I seriously never chanted like more than 5. So it's just like, I was like, okay, I'll chant 5. And then like, this morning we were eating breakfast, I was already on 3, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so close. And then like, I got to 5 and I was like, let's just go do more. And then I got to 10 and like 20 and then 30, and I did 32, and I'm so happy. Like, and just really, it wasn't that hard. Like, it was hard if I thought about it. If I thought about the number, I was just like, oh, I'm on my like 31st round, I have to do one more just to do it. Like, if I just relaxed and didn't think about it at all, it was so much easier, and like, it would just come, and it was just like, today was just awesome. That's a good time.
I thought it went well for most of the day. I concentrated a lot on just really hearing, which I feel like when I first started chanting like a couple of years ago, I really did, because I was really trying hard, and then I got in the habit of not doing that anymore, and that became my default, just kind of absent-mindedly chanting, and then accepting that as all right. So I really tried to hear today, and I think that I felt good about that. Like I feel like I did make an effort, even though it wasn't amazing. It was an improvement. Sometimes I focus so much on whether what taste I'm gonna get out of chanting the rounds, and am I gonna see Krishna? Is Krishna gonna reveal himself to me? But I realized that no matter what, I can focus on it just being an offering to Srila Prabhupada, because I know that that's what he wants me to do, and that will please him. So whether or not I'm really having an amazing experience, if I focus on it just being an offering, then it's good anyway, and I'll probably put more effort into it, thinking that I'm giving it rather than just that I'm enjoying it. In the morning I was walking out, and I was just walking down the road, and first of all, as I came out of the temple, the temple was just kind of it was just humming, like with everyone chanting that was in the temple room, and that was amazing just to start with. But then as I was walking down the road, everybody I met was chanting. Everyone, if someone said anything, they'd be like, Krishna, Krishna. And I was just thinking, I kept grinning, like I couldn't stop smiling to myself. I was just thinking, this must just be what the spiritual world is like. Everyone's just so focused on Krishna. It's just, there's nothing else, there's no trivial exchanges. It's just completely, everything's focused on Krishna. So that was really amazing, just having that experience.
Was that while I was chanting, I was thinking, through this chanting, I can become closer to Krishna. And I kept on thinking, if I chant, I'll become closer to him, or he'll hear me, or he'll be pleased with me, all these different things I was thinking. And then all of a sudden it struck me. I was like, why am I referring to Krishna as him? Krishna, it's you that I'm chanting to. So I switched to that mood of like Krishna being the holy name, and me talking to him personally, and the holy name being my way of contacting him. So that just kind of changed my mood a lot while I was chanting. Yeah.
When I was at Mother Jamuna's, like, just looking at Vani Bihariji, he's so, like, I just felt happiness, like, running through me. Like, I just felt like he was so happy there being in Mother Jamuna's, and then, like, when I was looking at them, like, I felt so happy, and I was just like, there's no point in, like, doing anything else than, like, serving them. That was really apparent. Like, when I was chanting to them, it was really, like...
I put my chair in the boat, and then I took the big pole and I started pushing off, and I was thinking, there's guys who chant, and then there's guys who chant in style. And then the whole boat tipped over. I fell in the water, and the mud was like this deep. And one of my shoes got stuck somewhere underground. And I chanted the rest of my rounds very humbly.
I think it was Mother Kamalini was saying that it's so enlivening to be around so many other people who were chanting. I felt that way as well, especially when I would go by myself and chant some japa. Like, I took a 2-hour walk today, chanted 16 rounds, and then I came back, and as soon as I came in the room and heard everyone chanting, it was like all over again, happy, like new.
I chanted 16 today, but they were really good rounds, and I read a book about Jagannath, so that was really nice. I just read in the morning, and then I chanted most of my rounds at Mother Jamuna's, and they're really inspirational rounds, so that was nice for me. I feel good today.
Today I woke up at 3, as Amal knows. and I was chanting pretty loud while he was sleeping downstairs. When Tosi Puja started, I was chanting even louder so I could hear myself. But I got my 16 rounds done in about 3.5 hours. So it took me a long time, and I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my god, it's 6:30. And that really was discouraging for me, actually, because I didn't want to spend that much time chanting. Like, just 16 rounds. I was like, damn, it's gonna take me a long time. But then I just came up here and I got like inspired and ate and then went downstairs and went to sleep till lunch. And then after that, I chanted a few rounds, but I wasn't like, I didn't want to chant like not good rounds today, so I didn't chant. I started chanting one, but then I wasn't focusing, so I just thought, well, today I chanted my 16 rounds with
They were really focused.
really loud rounds.
Everything perfect.
Thank you.
Slow was very good.
Yeah, so that, it was hard to start up again after 7 hours of rest.
I had a great day. It was really fun. It came really smooth. I feel a whole new excitement and energy in my spiritual life. I didn't eat or sleep properly, but somehow it wasn't too big of an obstacle. I finished way ahead of schedule. I did a lot of extra. I feel like I'd really like to do a lot more of this, not necessarily like a retreat, but just have more days like this. Yeah, and basically I feel really positive about this experience. I'm really grateful to you. I'm really grateful to everybody like for being determined. That was like such a big push for me, just to see everybody at the dock last night, you know, saying that they wanted to chant 32 or 64 rounds. That was like a great push because you know, it made me feel like, okay, you know, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, Marj's talk on making a commitment and just deciding to do it was great. Yeah, I feel like today was one of the better days in my spiritual life in a while.
It's not just about purifying your heart and making you happy, but it's about spending time with Krishna. That's what I realized.
I've never felt so much like empowerment in my spiritual life as I did yesterday, where everyone was sharing how they felt and what they'd experienced, and it just made me realize, like, wow, you know, association is one of the vital parts of Krishna consciousness. Like, without it, I don't think that I would, like, me personally, I don't think I would be able to advance as much as I could if I was not around devotees that were there to support me. And so I wanted to thank everybody, like, for everything that they've said, because it really helped me personally in my spiritual life. So it was really, really nice. It was very, very enlightening.
But I wanted to mention Radheya. I was really inspired to see him throughout the day, just chanting with so much enthusiasm and focus. And then we were both in the kitchen doing lunch prep, and he, even though some people were kind of letting their Monavrat just slip, he was so like, Krishna, Krishna, to everybody. He was keeping it going, so I was really inspired by that he was determined to follow through with it. And yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody, because there were times where I really just, I didn't know if I was chanting properly, or if I couldn't understand if I was doing it correctly, or, you know, my mind was wavering, and I would look around. Like, I was at Mother Yamuna's and I was noticing, I was sitting under the tree, and Jahnavi and Haripriya were also sitting there, and they were just chanting so nicely. I felt like I just wanted to stay there with them, because I felt like they were keeping me going.
Every time I looked at Bridget, it was just amazing. Like, it looked like she was calling out to Krishna. Like, I would see Bridget and it would inspire me, and I was just like, wow, I wish I could be like that right now. Like, even when we're in a whole group with lots of people, it's hard for me to really, I feel like, be in touch when I'm chanting rounds, when there's everyone chanting. The first start off, I feel like it's powerful, but I can't seriously chant when everyone's there. But if I looked at Bridget, it was just like, wow, she's like eyes closed tightly, just like calling out to Krishna. So it was just really amazing.
I don't know. Yesterday was kind of difficult for me. I woke up kind of late. I was really excited. The day before, I was like, I'm going to do this 64 rounds. It's going to be great. I've never done it before. And then I woke up late and I was like, okay, it's fine. I woke up late, but I ate breakfast and I was like, I'm going to start after breakfast. And I started good. I started in the temple room, and I feel like the workshops that we did beforehand, it really, just little things that I would write down, I was able to look and really focus on those little things that I feel really helped me chant dedicatedly and really just call out to Krishna, really invite him. And I don't know, it helped me out, and I kind of got sidetracked a little bit, and little times I was not focusing, but then I would catch myself and bring myself back. And I got my 32 rounds done, and in the end, hearing everybody, last night was just, it was so amazing, to hear everybody and what they had to say and all their realizations, and it just, inspired me so much. I was like, wow, that's so great that everybody was able to, have that relationship with Krishna. Yesterday, it just was so powerful. And I didn't really, feel anything or get anything, special. I felt like it was just the beginning for me. I can do that. I wasn't expecting to get, I guess I was expecting more, but like Suba said, just wait, it'll come. Krishna's there. You don't have to be show me something, do something, I know he's there, and I'm just, chanting is my service, and it's my time. I feel what Kumari said. I really liked what she said, how, chanting, it doesn't only purify you, but it's your time with Krishna. It's your little time where you get to just be with him and talk to him and, have that relationship with him. And I thought that was really nice. And the kirtan yesterday was just the end, it topped everything off. And I wasn't I don't know, I feel I got there and everything just got a whole lot better. And it was just ending to a great day, and I feel I can have more of those if I want to. Everybody can, if we just try hard and keep this in mind and are able to take this with us and not just leave it here, But thank you, everybody. It was great. It was very powerful.
I just felt that I couldn't connect with Krishna while chanting, and I felt my day was lost. I was just chanting, but I wasn't feeling it. It was like any other day I chanted. I basically felt this day was a waste. Then we all went to Mother Jamuna's for bhajans. I was already feeling low. Then as I walked into their house, something just lifted out of me, a weight was taken off me. Then Janavi read a translation to the importance of chanting, and it was so beautiful. Then a Kinshana started singing, and it was soft and slow, nice 2-beat tune. It was really beautiful. All of a sudden, I just felt myself closing my eyes and just listening to the words and the tune and finding myself leaving this place. All I saw was Krishna and Radha up on the altar. There was a radiance coming from them, and I was dancing for them. A Kinshana sang the high part slow, but the drums and kartals were doing the fast beat. That's when I lost it. All I saw was Shyam standing there playing his flute. This bright light around him, and he was smiling, watching as I danced, and I felt everything is okay in the world. It hit me, this is how the spiritual world must be like. I was this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, just dance for Krishna's pleasure. In the spiritual world, I just want to dance forever. I feel so much joy, and I really feel connected to Krishna when I'm dancing. And in bhajans, the happiness I feel when I'm in that mood, where I forget that the world even exists, and it's just me dancing for Krishna. I completely lose myself to the mantra and I scream out loud his name, Hare Krishna. The feeling of security that I get, that everything will be alright, my worries disappear and it's indescribable.
I was alright, my worries disappeared. I was on the verge of tearing. I closed my eyes even tighter. I didn't want to lose this feeling. I wanted it to stay there forever. Then the music stopped and it was gone. This was the most heart-wrenching thing ever. I felt like my life was taken away, but I still felt okay. Then Mother Yamuna started singing Govinda prayers, and I felt like fainting. I've been wanting to hear her sing them forever, and just hearing it, how everyone was singing together, it was so nice. It was truly the most beautiful transcendental sound. I closed my eyes, and in my head I could see the curtains opening up. And out from behind the camphor smoke were Radhashyam. And that's when the first tear fell from my eyes. The absence that was in my heart. I just saw, but then again, I was assured that everything is okay. Krishna's there for me, and as long as he's there, then I have no worries in this world. I know I'm in good hands. It's like bungee jumping. You're not afraid to jump and fall because at the bottom, Krishna will catch you. When that hit me, the prayers were over, and all was calm, and I saw the world with new eyes. I went over to Nadia, and I just bawled my eyes out. It was completely out of this world. It was the most beautiful thing in this world. That was my best experience on this tour and the seminar. I thank Krishna for everything, and I'm so lucky that I am where I am today. That I was lucky enough to be born into Krishna consciousness. We don't really appreciate what we've got, but now I do, and I see how amazing it is. How it could be taken away, how much we really have to love Krishna, and that he's always there for us, regardless of anything.
I saw a book downstairs by Gorgovinda Maharaj in the men's ashram. It was called Sadhu Sangha, the Birthplace of Bhakti. I thought that was like a really nice title. And what I think was really nice about these past few days is that collectively as a group, I feel like we manifested a really, really powerful Sangha. And from that, we were all able to do great things. We had great Japa experiences, great Kirtan experiences, and so I was just appreciating how if we put our best foot forward, we have that power to be good Sangha. Just like we're so fortunate to be in Prabhupada's movement that even if we're new devotees or not very advanced devotees, we if we're just conscious about it, we're able to be really good Sangha for other people. We have we have devotional service, we have the holy name, and if you're good Sangha, like the title said, it's the birthplace of Bhakti, you can really benefit other people.
The holy name is my peace of mind because it makes everything make sense. Although my mind is hardly ever at peace, and it's especially restless when I'm chanting, it's always been the source of any truth. And when I used to chant 16 rounds every day, I could focus my life. Everything began to revolve around making time for Krishna, and it gave me relief. And associating with Krishna through japa, it supports everything that I read and I know about Krishna consciousness. The holy name is my answer to all questions. Even though I often turn away from Krishna and reject him in so many ways, he's always here for me. So slowly, time after time, I'm relearning the same lesson again and again with only a little more realization than the last time. Each little realization the holy name gives to me increases my faith in Krishna and my love for him. The holy name is my perfection because nothing is worthwhile in this world without it. Just by chanting, I feel complete, and though I'm so flawed, I still have an opportunity to chant and associate with Krishna, which completes and perfects everything.
The holy name is my connection to Krishna, because through chanting it, my relationship with Krishna will become stronger and hopefully more deep. I feel like I have a long way to go with my relationship, but through chanting, it can be done and will be done. The holy name also guides me, gives me support. It's always there, and it's more powerful than anything in this world. And as I went through this list, I looked over it, and I realized that all of these are good qualities of friendship or relationships with certain things. So that is my connection with the holy name.
The holy name is my savior, as it's my link to Krishna and a spiritual abode. Because Maya is so strong and can overcome your senses and mind without you even realizing it. And when you do realize how much you've fallen, sometimes you're in so deep you don't know how to come out. It's like you're drowning over and over again. But then, you pick up your bead bag and you sit in your temple room and you look at Rani and Krishna for some guidance to go back to them. And for me, the mantra saves me over and over again and prevents me from falling any deeper. It helps me calm my restless mind and simplifies all situations, making me realize my ultimate goal, which is to go back to Godhead.
The holy name is my Lord because Srila Prabhupada is so mercifully giving it to me. And if it wasn't for Srila Prabhupada, I would never be able to hear them. I would never be able to practice this in my life. And it would be horrible.
Shining light because it helps me see through the darkness of my ignorance. It is also my strength because I can turn to it whenever I need guidance or stability.
The holy name takes me away from this world to a place where it's just me and Krishna. The holy name is my calling and reaching out to the Lord. I'm so thankful to have the holy name. It's been so hard, and I feel like I'm only now realizing how much the holy name means and what it can do for me. The holy name saves me, and when there is no one there, I know that all I need to do is call out to him because he is everywhere, just simply waiting for us to call for him. I know that I am never alone in this world. Krishna is with me. He is there to save me. All I need to do is chant his holy name with sincere love and devotion, and I will find him.
The holy name is my protector and guide. He is so patient with me and never leaves my side. In times of great distress, he holds me close, comforts me, and nourishes me. When I offend him and turn away, he waits for me. And when I again look up to him and ask for forgiveness, he accepts me with open arms.
The main significance the holy name has for me is that it's my home. In that no matter where I may be, somehow Krishna's name is always near to me. And Krishna is so merciful to me in this way. And even if I try to run away from Krishna's name, somehow it always finds me.
Classes during the evening. So, and
Each night I go back home to where he came from, and it's like so easy, and I just want to be able to remember.
Ask yourself oh, why did I stop?
Because
And
I get bored.
You get bored?
I do. I chant every day, and then I enjoy it. But then when it comes to picking up my beats again, I just don't want to.
You have so much time. It's like you already woke up early, you have your wake up at 5, and then by the time the work over, it's like 7:38.
The habit of this late night chatting or say phone calls to India, because it's a morning time in India.
Okay, just note that.
Calls are free. I agree.
I just feel through a different medium, a simple word.
What are you saying? You're saying that it's not the truth for Japa. It's your shared experiences that are
It's just things that the song.
I think for me,
Japa for me has always been something strong in my spiritual life as far as my sadhana. And so I wanted to dive deeper into chanting serious Japa, and that definitely helped. So for me, the obstacle is getting to know like-minded people, people who want to understand, okay, I have Krishna in this Japa, I have Krishna around me, how can I give him to others?
We all had very similar desires of what we wanted to take away. The good feelings about chanting that we've experienced here, the ability to chant attentively, with a prayerful mood, and just feeling positive about it in general. And we had a lot of similar obstacles as well, just school, work, waking up early, making the time, being committed, having a lack of impetus. And some of the solutions we came up with were, well, we all agreed that actually, even though sometimes we feel we don't have the time, we really do have the time. It's just a question of committing that time, examining your time and committing that time so that that's not just time that you could do anything else with that. That's, your time to chant your rounds. Some of us have family members who are very committed to chanting, and we were talking about taking inspiration from them. Also, some of us had the idea to inspire others with our newfound enthusiasm, and in that way have association with, try to inspire others, and so that everyone's more inspired, and then you're also more inspired yourself. There was a problem, a little possible obstacle of association. Some of us are luckier than others, we have more devotee association. But we thought just in general, if you could, it's really difficult in that situation, but try to remain a little aloof from association that you know is not going to help you, and try obviously to choose positive association. And one last thing is just we all just realized that at the end that we all had a desire to get up earlier also, which is on a practical level it probably make a huge difference. And me and Kumari were also realizing that we live so close to the temple, and it would be so easy for us to probably not necessarily go every day, but many days of the week. It would be very easy to go for the morning program. It's walking distance, so at least I feel like I should really make an effort to do that. And amongst us, we all had a set number of rounds that we would like to commit to chanting every day.
As well as we thought that association was extremely important because it's so easy when you get back into your normal lifestyle of working, going to school. It does get a little bit difficult because you're around people that don't understand where you're coming from sometimes. So making an effort to, like Janvi said, inspire people that are around you, have more devotee association is definitely something that myself personally, I'm going to definitely try to do so I can maintain what I've learned from here. As well as a lot of us, a couple of us felt that we should go to morning programs because we're close by to the temple and we'll have that availability. So that's something that we've also decided that we should do.
So we thought of chanting all together, keeping each other inspired because we all live here. We all live very close to each other. We can always be together. And also scheduling our time because we have a hard time fitting everything in the day. So we decided that we're going to make lots of scheduling. And waking up early and going to morning programs because we all can go to Mother Yamunandina's every morning if we like to. And also chanting with Mother Yamunandina because they're the biggest inspiration. They're amazing. They're the biggest inspiration for all the youth in Sharanagati. They're always with us and they helped us understand the significance of chanting, everything. And they've been really, really great.
So the common obstacles in our group which might prevent us from chanting is our work. When I have a very hectic work schedule, these guys go to school, so it will be very difficult for them to take out some time for chanting. Then social life, and of course, Jaggi brought up this Maya, lots of Maya there here. So that might be a big problem to chant. But one thing we have realized that all these external things will be there, forever, throughout our life. Somehow we have to make some compromises. So what we have decided that we'll make a commitment that we'll chant rounds daily. Give Japa the topmost priority in our life. if we do that, then definitely, I mean, chanting will not that be difficult. So another problem which we have is say laziness. I mean, sometimes we don't feel the need to chant our rounds. So I think following a very say a regular japa schedule, that will help us overcome this problem. And so the benefit or the thing which we want to take home is that means all three of us are fully convinced that chanting works for us. That's what say Balram also wants to take the feeling back home, because chanting really worked for him. The experience of chanting so many rounds, I mean, he's really wants to have that experience, I believe, in his life, yeah. And also with Jaggi also, while I was chanting at Mother Yamuna's house, chanting has worked for him, and that's the experience which he wants to take home. And I also firmly think, means around 5 years back, I got this realization that chanting works for me. That's in August 2002, when I was a neophyte devotee at Chopadi temple. I just came in and I started chanting 2 rounds on the day of Janmashtami. It was Janmashtami 2002, I still remember. So, but I was a hardcore karmi before. I was a meat eater. I was so fond of eating meat. I mean, I couldn't live without fish and eggs. I mean, I just needed that daily in my diet. So, so there was one devotee, I mean, he just came and told me, that just chant this mantra for 6 months and see, I mean, all the negativity will leave you. So I just chanted this mantra because I'm an engineer by profession, so I don't just take anything, what people say. I have to experiment that scientifically, and then if it works for me, then I definitely accept it. So I decided, okay, let's give it a try. So I just chanted this mantra for 6 months, and I started chanting in September, and right in February 2003, exactly after 6 months, I gave up eating meat. Yeah, so I mean, so that really created a very, strong faith and strong conviction for the holy name. Another example, a strong example is my father here. After coming, after I became a devotee, slowly my mother and my younger brother, they also joined the movement. I mean, after 6 months, they started going to the Chopadi temple and attending the programs there regularly. But my dad was a bit hesitant. I mean, for around 2 years, he used to encourage us going to the temple, but he himself didn't like going there. And also, I'm sorry to say that, but my dad was very much fond of, drinking wine, yeah. And he used to kind of party, go out with his friends, and yeah. So that actually created some problems in our family, because my mom actually didn't like his behavior. He said that if you do it, that will set a bad example on the kids and all. But my dad knew that, that this is not good. I mean, I should not be doing it in front of my kids, but somehow he was not able to give it up. But then by Krishna's mercy, somehow he's also started chanting, and he also left drinking. So seeing that change, seeing him give up drinking, that has really created, my faith on holy name has really doubled. Seeing him given up drinking. So really, I'm with the full conviction that it really works. So now by Krishna's mercy, now my parents are into bhakti, and they have really become much more advanced devotees than me. So and maybe and they're aspiring for initiation from Radhanath Swami, so they might get initiated before me. Yeah. So this has really created. So my faith on holy name is really strong here because of all this. I'm really grateful to Krishna for showering mercy on our family. Yeah, Hari Bol.
Time to chant, so we're going to make time to chant.